All right, hello everybody. Today what I'm going to talk about is the Confederate flag. And I know this is probably just trending, it's a trending topic, and I'm picking it because I have my own personal opinion about it, and I want to put it out there for the world to hear. I don't, some people see that this flag is a symbol of heroism, I guess. They see it as a symbol standing up against tyranny or whatever they want to say. And the way that I look at the flag when I see it, all I can see is injustice and terrorists acting against the state. And that's all that I can see, because of the fact that when this war happened, when the Civil War happened, it happened because they felt they were being unfairly taxed. They felt that they were being treated unfairly. They felt whatever, and they felt like wanted to keep the slaves. So they felt like they had all these reasons to fight. I'm not going to list every single reason, but they felt like they had to fight and stand up for themselves, I guess. And the reason why I can't see it being right is because the simple fact is slavery was involved with this. They wanted to keep slaves around. Now, if you were fighting because you're being unfairly taxed, you had all these other reasons, and it had nothing to do with keeping people beneath you to do your work for free, then fine. It would represent something great, but it doesn't represent that. It represents evil, injustice, and hate. That is what this flag represents. It does not represent Southern pride. I'm from South Carolina, and it doesn't represent Southern pride for me. If I see a Confederate flag, I avoid it. I don't go towards that flag because I'm in fear for my life. I fear that if I go over an area that has a Confederate flag, someone there is going to try to hurt me. I'm not going to go to an establishment that serves food and have a Confederate flag flying over the building because I feel like they're going to spit or poison my food. That's, I mean, I don't have an opinion about people wearing Confederate flags on your shirts, have it on your truck, whatever. Only thing that tells me to do is to avoid you. I will 100% avoid you if you have that on you. And that's what you want anyway, right? You don't want people that are different from you around you anyway. So go ahead, wear your Southern Pride shirts, your freaking Confederate flag shirts. I'll avoid you. It'll keep us away from you. But you cannot fly this flag over the state capitol when so many people there are offended by it and so many people want it taken down. All they're asking is for this flag to be placed in a museum. You can honor your ancestors in a museum, but not above the state capitol. It is not the flag of South Carolina. Is that such a hard thing for you to do, to take down the flag? Really? And why? I know back in the 1960s, when this flag was flown, they say that it was flown because it was the 100th anniversary of the Confederacy. But they kept it up because they wanted to resist the civil rights movement. So this flag may have been placed up for a justifiable reason, but it was kept up for the wrong reason. Never taken down. Now you can sit here and try to say, oh, we love our flag, we love our country or whatever, but you don't love your country if that flag is flying over your state capitol. You don't love your country. You not love America if you allow that flag to fly. It's a piece of history, and that piece of history deserves to be in a museum, just like every other piece of history. And why is that so hard to understand for some people? I believe that it's so hard for some people to understand it because they are just plain and simple, races are stupid. You can't see things from other people's perspective. I can understand your perspective, but I don't give a shit about your perspective. That's the difference between me and you. You can't even seem to understand my perspective on this and others' perspectives on this, that it's a racist flag and it does not deserve to fly over our state capitol It's not a representation of the people of South Carolina. It's a representation of people that are long past gone and dead. They're gone. And they were terrible people, in my opinion. People like to sit here and say that, oh, you know, black people fought in the Civil War too. I don't believe many of them had a choice, since a lot of them were slaves. People like to go to the fact that, oh, they were free men. Really? I don't think they had a fucking choice still. Jackasses. Do you not even realize the amount of rights, even as a free man, a black man had back in the day? I mean, in the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, black men would get killed just from walking down the street, walking down the wrong side of the street, just from sipping out of the wrong water fountain, just from looking at a white woman. They would be killed. So you believe that back then in the Civil War, that a free black man had a choice to not fight in a war? I don't think so. It's not. Look at what the hell you're saying. That flag does not represent any African American. It does not. And I refuse to say that it honors my ancestors. Because it doesn't. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up to reality. And take down that flag. And people are saying that this issue is only happening, it's only on the table because of this crazy kid that killed these black people in the church. But this issue has been on the table for years. People have been debating about this flag. It just got brought back up because of this. Like, really put into the light. But no one has liked that flag being there for decades. That flag has been, it's past its time. They lost the war. It's over. The South will not rise again. Just give up, okay? Just give up on it. Please.